Hello and welcome to They Think It's All Rover. Today we are looking at a 2008 Nissan Note. This is a recent purchase that my neighbour made for his wife who needed a new car. Something cheap, something reliable, and something with quite a small engine. But his wife is quite short, so she needed something that had quite a good driving position and also height adjustable seats, which this has. And we'll get into the interior options on this in just a while. So this is a 2008 Nissan Note. This is an E11 model. And these were launched in 2004 but launched in Europe in 2005. They were built in Sunderland and Japan, and it shares the same underpinnings as the Renault Modus. Engine sizes on these start at 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, and there is a 1.5 diesel as well. The 1.5 diesel is actually a Renault engine, and I've had one of those in a K12 Micra as well. They're actually not bad engines. Some people don't like them. I've no idea why. The one that I had was quite good, and it was quite good on fuel, and this one is no different as well. The fuel economy on this is actually really good. So this being a 1.4, this produces around about 87 brake horsepower, and it really does work quite well. I've driven this a few times and it does drive very well, and I think it's actually opened my eyes a little bit because these have never actually been on my radar. Very much like the Volkswagen Polo that I did a review on that my in-laws bought. Never really looked into them, but this is actually quite a good car. It's very practical. There are lots of options, storage options in this as well, which is really good. So this one's finished in E-Motion Red. It is showing a little bit of age. This was owned by a lady in Newport, and she had it for around about 16 or 17 years. And over that time she's maintained it and looked after it. It's got full service history, it has been very well cared for. Unfortunately there are a few scuffs and knocks and dents and whatnot on the exterior, but you know, it's the age of the car. Unfortunately where she lived, she had these big massive concrete pillars into a driveway, and I think one time she accidentally scuffed the side. So we're going to sort that out. My neighbour bought the paint and we're going to sort all that out. We're also going to refurb the wheels as well because they do need a going over. They did quite well in Euro NCAP as well, these. Not for pedestrians, excuse me, my voice went. Not for pedestrians, only got a 2-star rating, but it actually got a 4-star occupancy rating, which is really good. A lot better than the Rover 100 that pretty much scored 0. So I'm quite shocked at how these cars are, how practical they are. I've never really, as I say, looked into these, and I've never really seen or had any dealings with them. But since actually looking for a car for my neighbour's wife, I've been looking at things like Honda Civics and Nissan Micras and like Fiestas and things like that. And then this one popped up, and I was like, oh, a Nissan Note. I've never really seen these. And when I actually watched some of the like Top Gear reviews and things like that, I was like, wow, they're actually pretty much all the car you would need. They're brilliant for commuting. They've got lots and lots of storage. The steering is really responsive. The driving position is superb, really. You're quite high up. This has got a height adjustable driver's seat, as I've already mentioned. I think as an all-round city car and even potentially a motorway cruiser, it actually does really well. You can comfortably fit 5 people in this car with luggage, and it's got some really handy features that help you store luggage, gain luggage space, gain passenger space and things like that. So what we'll do now is we'll just have a quick look at the interior, and then after that we'll go for a drive. Moving on to the interior, the Nissan Note has a really nice cabin space to sit. And you get, as I said previously, you get lots of little storage compartments which are really handy. So on top of the dashboard, just above the stereo, you get your little compartment there for things like sunglasses. You've also got your auxiliary input. You've got your CD player with Bluetooth as well, which is cool. You get a little compartment there for storing stuff. You get a little one there, and you get one next to the handbrake as well. You also get a handy storage bin just there, which this also doubles as the glove box lid, and inside there you can keep your owner's wallet and a random CD. So that's super cool. The other cool feature is the passenger seat. This actually lifts up, and in there you have another storage bin. So that's a really good option too. Moving into the back, we get a selection of 3 headrests, head restraints. You get a passenger armrest, which is quite thin. You also get nets on the back of the seats for storing maps and books and things. And you also get tray tables on both seats. You also get a driver's armrest, which I like. That's really good. So you've got all-round electric windows on this, and electric mirrors, and it also comes with air conditioning as well. Moving into the boot, this is where it gets really cool. So you've got this floor here which you can use, that's just everyday stuff. However, should you need more space, you literally just pull those out, and that gives you extra space then for bigger items, or wanting to store more items. The other cool feature is the seats actually move, like on the Renault Twingo. They actually move forwards, so that gives you a lot more load space as well. These lids do store in the bottom of the boot, so when you do need that extra depth in your boot space, you can actually just put those in there. So that's a really cool feature. Also comes with Isofix as well, which is good. And then you just pop these back in, and you've got your high boot floor again. So the good thing is, obviously, it creates a flat level there for loading and stuff. Let's go and sit in the driver's seat and see what it's like in there. So in here, the dials are really clear. Nice and clear dials, and they light up quite nice at night. Everything's to hand, so you've got your wipers and washers on this side, indicators and lights on that side. Then you've got all your radio controls there. 5-speed gearbox, and then there's all your window controls, and then you've got your mirror controls and your headlight adjust. The only thing I don't like is the position of the seat back adjuster. When you're actually belted in, that comes across there, so you don't really get good access to that, and it is quite low down. On most Japanese cars, you find that it's a lever rather than one of those. On all the Hondas we've had, it's a lever. This is your height adjust, so that tilts the seat base backwards and forwards, which again is really nice, and then 3 well-spaced pedals there. So yeah, so the interior is really good. I'm 6'3" and I fit in it really well. In the back, there's plenty of leg room. That seat's set for me, and inside, got plenty of room, even for the tray to be up, and the headroom is quite good as well. So that's always a bonus. So in such a small car, you actually get quite a good package, and this would easily go on the motorway and do some cruising and take your family on holiday. in relative comfort, I would imagine. And then around the city and around towns, it's really easy to drive. As I've said before, the power steering is really responsive and doesn't really cause any aggro. And the engine is quite good as well. It pulls really well, even being a smaller engine. It does pull well up hills, which around here in Wales you do need that option of being able to pull quite well up the hills. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with the Nissan Note. It's definitely a car that if I needed something like this, I would probably look at, because it really does offer everything. I mean, if you're after obviously a fast sports car, then this is not the car for you. But if you're after something that's fairly low maintenance, easy to drive, cheap to run, and has lots of storage, and even if you've got things like pushchairs and things like that, you've got that extra boot space, you've got the extra space when you pull the seats backwards and forwards, and and it just does everything really well. So what we'll do next, we'll take it on a drive, and then that will be the end of the video. So let's take this lovely little Nissan Note for a quick drive. If you hear any knocking, the heat shield is rattling a little bit on this one, or it's a bit loose. So I'm going to sort that out for my neighbour. This is usually a very quiet road. All of a sudden it's the busiest road. So as I say, the driving position in this is really good. Very high up, you've got a good view of the road. The A-pillar is fairly thick. It's not too bad. Yeah, I've been in cars with a lot worse A-pillars than that. But yeah, the steering is really good on this, and going over bumps, it feels really good as well. There's no major issues, it's not crashy, it's not uncomfortable, and the seats offer good support as well. I mean, these really come into their own when you're actually doing things like this, where you're just sort of pootling around town, going to the shops, or doing your daily business, or commuting and things like that. Having driven this on the motorway, I can actually confirm that also it is really good on the motorway, and it doesn't give you any bother. The revs are nice, it doesn't scream at you at 70 miles an hour. The gearing is really quite good. Fuel economy is high 40s, even around town, which I find quite remarkable. And I think this is why a lot of people went for these cars. And it's weird, since my neighbour bought this, I've just seen so many of these around. One thing I do find quite quirky is the little bumps on the headlights there, which obviously you know where the corners of your car are, because that's where those weird lumps are. So around here in Wales, and obviously starting in England as well, more and more roads are becoming 20 miles an hour, which is what we're doing now in third gear. It's sat just above 1500 RPM. I'm in third now, and it's fine. Some cars just are awful at 20, like my Honda Accord really doesn't like being at 20 miles an hour. The gearing is completely, different to this, but this is quite happy to sit at 20. more roads in the UK are becoming pothole sanctuaries, and yeah, this actually does quite well over potholes. Oh, Sierra, bonus Sierra content. And yeah, so over normal roads that have got potholes and lumps and bumps, it is really, really comfortable. I would say if you're looking for a first car, I would give the Nissan Note a good sort of put it on your radar, because I think they would do you really, really well. Obviously insurance could be a thing, 1.4 engines and all the rest. Sometimes they can be quite expensive to insure. Again, it's all down to your personal circumstances, isn't it? You know, and it's like when people ask on the car groups, oh, does anyone know any cheap insurance companies? The thing is, there's no real answer to that, because what's cheap for you might not be cheap for me, and vice versa. So, you know, it's always best to check it out. And I do see cars on Marketplace occasionally that are being sold because they can't get insurance on them, and I think, well, would you not have checked the insurance before you actually bought the car? So yeah, I mean, a 1.4 is probably, you know, the maximum I would want to go as a learner driver. So I'm quite sure that you would be okay for insurance, but there are obviously smaller engines out there. Hang around at these lights now. But yeah, I think compared to the likes of a Nissan Micra, the K12, I do think that this is probably a better option. The storage and the room in this is a lot better than the Micra. I have had a K12 Micro, which was quite a nice car to drive, even with the Renault diesel engine. I mean, it still went quite well, but there wasn't much room in it. It had that storage under the seat, but other than that, the boot space wasn't great. But I do feel that the Note it probably trumps that. The engine is super quiet as well. It reminds me of my Honda HR-V, which has got a 1.6. That's really, really quiet. There has been a review of my HR-V on Dyno Dude Rocket's channel. That's owned by Louis. He's a lovely, lovely chap. Really, really into his cars. He's got a brilliant presenting style, a lot better than mine. I'm quite boring in comparison. But yeah, so he exclaimed that the HR-V engine was super, super quiet. When we first bought that car, we were at the lights, and I thought the engine had stalled, or it just cut out. It was that quiet. But yeah, I was quite impressed with this car when I first went to see it, and having taken it out on a drive, I was straight away. I was like, yeah, this would be absolutely perfect for my neighbour's partner, based on everything she'd said. We did go and look at a 1.6 Honda Civic, the Mark 8, and I don't know, she just didn't look very comfortable in that, and it wasn't in the best of conditions. It looked nice on the photographs, but when we got there, it was like the paintwork all on one side had just completely been obliterated. So one of those, actually. I'm not sure if you can see if it's coming out on camera. So then this came up, and my neighbour was away, so I went to I organised going to have a look at it. Unfortunately, it was only like 15-20 minutes away in Newport, which isn't far from Cardiff at all. Met the previous owner, Mary, and she told me she'd had it for 16, 17 years, and the only reason she was changing it was that her cousin was giving up driving, so she was going to get have their Mini Cooper S, and that's the only reason why this was gone. She'd only just put an MOT on this as well. But she did explain at the time that there was some knocking from underneath the car, and that needed sorting. But it did turn out to just be a heat shield, and the exhaust was hitting a bar that goes across the middle of the car. I assume to stop the exhaust hitting the road if it ever became detached from the rest of the car. So with that in mind, and then obviously the exterior condition as well, it was more about how it drove and the seating position, which was a major sort of tick box for my neighbour. As I say, it does pretty much everything perfectly. It does pull well. It's very comfortable on normal roads. Lots of storage. Good driving position. And owners on the owners groups, really, it's only just general wear and tear things that these really suffer from. So it's that was another plus for me, because, you know, my neighbour didn't want something that was going to break down every 5 minutes, or, you know, might be an okay example but might have problems in the future. Just to go off topic at the moment, I am on 94 subscribers now, so I'm only 6 away now from reaching that 100 mark. If you could possibly subscribe and like, because there is quite a high percentage of my the people that view my channel and view the videos don't subscribe. I mean, okay, that's fine. If you don't like what you're seeing, then you won't subscribe. But, you know, if you do want to see more videos, or if you want your car featured on the channel, hit the subscribe, drop me a comment, and contact me. I am on the Facebook groups. There is a Facebook group for the channel now, so it's under the same name. They think it's All Rover. And yeah, just drop me a message and we'll see if we can sort something out. By the time this video's released onto YouTube, I will have already filmed 2 lovely American cars, which will be coming onto the channel. So the first one will be next Sunday from when this is uploaded. So yeah, just subscribe and keep an eye out for those videos, and hopefully you'll enjoy the content I'm putting out. I'm not trying to do anything special, and I know there's hundreds of different YouTubers out there that do really good editing, and they've got fancy music and camera work and all the rest of it. I'm just trying to do the whole hobby thing. Cars are my hobby, cars are my passion. You know, I'm not trying to compete. I'm not bothered about being monetized at all. Not interested in that at all. I just can't produce the amount of videos it would take to become monetized. I just like sharing these cars with you. So yeah, we're up to 50 mile an hour now, and we're at just under 2,500 revs. And it goes really well. It's super comfy. When we get to the national speed limit, we'll drop it down the cog and put our foot down, and we'll see what it's like then. So many people get caught out here with the speed camera vans. It's just not worth it. Right, here we are. We're coming into and there's 70. We are just above 3,000 revs there, so we're probably doing about 3,100 RPM. So yeah, as I say, if you do like the channel, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up button and all that stuff. That'd be great. I have got some stickers that are on their way, so if you'd like a sticker for the channel, drop me a message and then we can sort out getting one of those to you. But yeah, this has been a 2008 Nissan Note, and I will see you in the next video, which will hopefully be one of those American cars. Thanks ever so much for watching. Bye.